All right, mic check. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so we are ready to roll. All right, welcome to tonight's live. This is our study prep for Tennessee State Board for aesthetics. This is DCI State Board Prep 3, which includes the following subjects: hair removal, facials, and makeup. This is for aesthetics. So you're going to have 100 questions about hair removal, facials, and makeup. So a cool new mix-up. Reminder that these subjects are coming from the relevance of Tennessee State Board. So what's on your state board exam? We're going to go over. I'm going to do a page, and then you guys going to do a page. I'm going to do a page. You guys going to do a page. We'll try to get to 1 through 33 tonight. We want to do as many as we can and be done by the 7:15 mark. So let's proceed to roll on. I hope everybody's been doing well. I got 3 people in the chat, but I got 4 people on, so I need to make sure there's 4 people in the chat, okay? All right. Jemiah, make sure you check in for me in the chat. All right. Number 1, I'm going to do the first page. What is generally true of the skincare industry's opinion of facials? What is generally true of the skincare's industry opinion of facials? They are luxuries, they are essential, they are potential source of stress for clients, they are ineffective, okay? The answer is B. They are essential, okay? Industry's opinion, these are from estheticians. You need to have a facial. These are essential, okay? Essential. And you was to say, yes, it's a potential source of, well, no, it's not a potential source of stress for clients. And they are effective versus ineffective. So you have C and D would totally be wrong. And the answer would be B. Number 2, what is meant by the term facial? Is it a professional service designed to improve the appearance of the facial skin, an advanced aesthetic service reserved for qualified clients, the application of creams and other products to a client's face, or the removal of unwanted hair from a client's face? What is meant by term facial? Okay. Number 2 is A, a professional service designed to improve the appearance of the facial skin. Okay, so the facial skin is not like any other skin on the body. And so it's a professional service designed to improve the appearance of the facial skin. And so that's number 2A. Number 3, what is a good rule of thumb when working with a client on pre-treatment services? So number 3, what's a good rule of thumb when working with a client on pre-treatment services? A, explain to the client that the same treatment protocol is used for every client. B, diagnose any medical conditions that will contraindicate treatment. C, make the experience as personalized as possible. Or D, plan to use the same products on each client. Now, guys, I've seen this last week. We seen this question last week. Do anyone remember the answer to number 3?
C.
You're right. Okay. You're right. Make the experience personalized as possible. Good job. Number 4, the most prestigious qualification for an esthetician is it a state license, a doctorate in aesthetics, a city code, diploma, or a teaching certificate? We talked about this. We saw this again last week. What is it?
It's C.
Yes, yes. A Sadeco diploma. And actually, they were in Chicago this week doing training on
Muka,
number.
sit down. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I will.
I was talking to my dog. I'm sorry.
Number four is C. It's okay. Number four is C. Number five, what is the best advice to follow when interacting with a client? Is it begin by explaining to the client as clearly as possible what the treatment would be? Speak loudly and clearly at all times. Listen carefully before responding, or don't ask too many questions. Okay. Number five is going to be
C.
C. It's going to be C. Listen carefully before responding. Okay. We want to be, I want to relate to the clients, but we want to be what we call reflective listeners, which means listen very closely to what they're saying, because sometimes they just put their step in a little twist and tell you what they don't intend to tell you. Okay. And so, how you going to know what's going on? You have to listen to them. So, listen closely. Number six, during a facial, the client's blank is not typically exposed. I feel like we've seen. Is it face, shoulders, thigh, or neck? We seen this one last week, which is what?
C.
Not, yes, C, not exposed. Put your thigh up. Okay. Number seven, before facial, blank should be removed. Light colored clothing, all clothing, dark colored clothing if the client is comfortable, and or all clothing above the waist.
C.
C, correct, correct, correct. You guys are doing good. All right, let's switch it up a little bit. We're going to go in this order. We're going to go Dallas, Sunny, Jemiah, and Amber. Okay. I think the last couple of times we've had Amber first, so take you on the back end, Amber, this time. Number
Cool.
8. Number 8, Dallas. What procedure does not happen during an express facial?
Extractions.
Yes, correct. Extractions. Keyword express. Okay. Number 9, gonna be Sunny. Where is a bolster placed to support a client during a facial? Is it under the knees? A bolster is like a pillow. Under the knees, under the
A.
lower back. Which one is it?
A.
A is absolutely correct. Okay. Number 10, and a lot of people don't use those. They may use the bolsters, they may cost $15 to $30, or they may use pillows, or they may use sponges. And so, whatever works comfortably for your client. Number 10, Jemiah. Skin discoloration is treated with, is it A, chemical exfoliants, B, mechanical exfoliants, C, granular exfoliants, or D, manual exfoliants? Skin discoloration, hyperpigmentation.
A.
Yes. Chemical exfoliants. Yes. 10 is A. And Amber, number 11. The necessary final step in a facial is massage, toner, mask, application of moisturizer, and sunscreen.
It's D. That's easy.
Correct. Correct is D. All right. We're going to start with Dallas, number 12. A successful skincare program depends the most on, is it A, home care, product selection, a client's age, or use of technology?
Home care.
Yes, yes, home care, correct. 13, Sunny, the most effective method to develop a long-term retail relationship with a client is to recommend one or two products at first based on the client's primary concerns, or B, encourage the client to purchase all the products used in the facial. C, let the client introduce the subject what products to purchase, or D, partner with another esthetician who will handle all aspects of sales. And reverting to the question, 13 is
A.
A is correct. Recommend one or two products at first based on the client's primary concerns. All right. And along the way, you'll find out everything else. We will not do D. Okay. Because most places, salons, spas, when you sell retail, there's commission and there's a low factor of commission. And so with that low factor of commission, you may get 10 to 15% and you're going to share that. Or somebody may say, well, I did the sale, I'm not sharing it. And so, yeah, we want to learn our own clients and don't want to put it in the lap of anyone else. 14. Okay. 14 will be Jemiah. Underactive sebaceous glands typically result in underactive, mature skin, oily skin, dry skin, or hyperpigmentation.
Would it be C?
Yes.
C, okay.
It's C, dry skin, because you got oil, sebaceous glands are oil glands. So underactive means they don't produce a lot of oil. And so you will have dry skin. Okay. 15, Amber, sebum, which is oil, production begins to slow in a person's 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. Which one?
It begins to slow in their 40s.
Yes. I think in my 40s, I've had more drier conditions, elements than any. So 15 is C.
But is that a good thing or it's a bad thing?
It's as you age. And so for me, it has been me saying, okay, Destiny, you need to adopt more of a routine that's a hydrator. And something even more than a hydrator. So I'm using serums and combo like moisturizer put together and all kind of stuff. So it just depends. Definitely in your 40s, don't start drinking your water.
Okay.
So anything you can do to help build it in the inside, do that. So I probably need to exercise, but exercise and water and eating right will also help.
Okay.
Okay, let me do 16. What type of skin typically benefits the most from firming products? Is it aging skin, oily skin, sensitive skin, or hyperpigmentation? And the answer is going to be aging skin. Remember, firming, tighten, aging is probably going to be mature, sagging. It's going to the skin that shows age. All right. And so number 16 is going to be A. 17. An ideal treatment for sensitive skin will incorporate, is it A, steam extractions, applications using fatty acids and low percentages of AHA, galvanic treatment, or creamy conditioners? This is a good one. An ideal treatment for sensitive skin will
The answer is B.
You are absolutely right. Okay. Applications using fatty acids and low percentages of AHA, which means it doesn't have the strong peeling percentages. And so something definitely cleansing but gentle. Okay. That's 17B. 18. What condition would benefit the most from chemical exfoliation? Chemical exfoliation. We just seen this, but now it's flipped. Hyperpigmentation, mature skin, sensitive skin, or dehydrated skin. What condition will benefit the most from chemical exfoliation? And it is hyperpigmentation. Yes. Remember, I told you guys, same question, that they flipped it.
Right.
So your Tennessee State Board, your last question would have been, I think the last question was hyperpigmentation, and the answer was, one of the answers was chemical exfoliation. Yeah, so make sure you're looking at that. 18 is A. 19. What supply is used the most when performing extractions? Is it lancets, cotton swabs, gauze, or comedone extractions? Okay. What supply is used the most when performing extractions? 19 is going to be C, gauze. All right, because you're using the gauze to clean and get a whole lot of stuff up. And yeah, 19 is C. 20. Of the following, the last step in an acne treatment is applying toner, performing disincrustation, applying a clay-based mask, or performing a galvanic high-frequency treatment. Number 20, the
D.
last step in an acne treatment. That's the key. What are you doing last?
Is it the high frequency treatment?
It is. It is the performing a galvanic or high frequency treatment because you want to kill the bacteria and minimize the pores. And so that high frequency treatment will help those acne scars disappear. Okay. So you're closing out your facial, the acne facial with high frequency. So 20 is D. Okay. 21. What do men most frequently complain about when it comes to skincare? Is it dehydrated skin, razor burn, wrinkles, or rosacea? What do men most frequently complain about when it comes to skincare? And the answer is
B.
Razor burn.
razor burn. You're absolutely right. 21 is B. 22. What is a general rule to follow when performing a facial for a man? He should be shaved before exfoliation. Men prefer the feel of cotton and gauze to towels. Sponges and towels should be used or never refer to the process as a skin treatment, which is off-putting to many men. So 22. The general rule to follow when performing a facial for a man.
Is it D?
Mm-mm. It is not D. It is C. Sponges and towels should be used. You know, they use a lot of sponges and towels, not so much cotton because cotton get caught up in the beards.
Oh, yeah.
And shaving could fall into what we would consider like dermaplaning. So it is exfoliation to them. And so 22 is C. Sponges and towels should be used. Okay. 23, Dallas. When preparing for a facial treatment, blank. It says blank. It says A, jewelry may be left on. B, client should remove all jewelry and place it in a plastic bag. C, the esthetician should assist the client with the removal of jewelry and then place it in the bag. Or D, the client should place all jewelry on the treatment table.
C.
When preparing for a facial treatment,
C.
it is B.
B. Oh.
Because clients should remove all jewelry and place it in a plastic bag. They pretty much want them to be responsible for their jewelry.
Okay.
Not the esthetician. So B, clients should remove all jewelry and place it in a plastic bag. You can have that on a sign, or you can tell them that as you leave the room. 24. How is the majority of lipstick before facial removed? Who has that one, Sunny? How is the majority of lipstick before facial removed? Using a dry tissue, wiping with a cleanser from one corner to the center of the mouth, from the center to the corner of the mouth, or from one corner of the mouth to the other corner.
D.
Guess what? It's going to be
Wait. Wipe and cleanser from corner to center.
Majority of lipstick.
A.
Yeah, they just take a tissue and wipe it off. So 24 is A. Okay. 25, Jemiah. During a facial, cleanser should be applied using about blank. A teaspoon of cleanser, applied directly to the face with clean, ungloved hands. Teaspoon of cleanser applied directly to the face with gloved hands, a teaspoon of cleanser applied to the client's skin with a spatula, or 2 teaspoons of cleanser applied to a client's skin with a spatula. All right.
I'm
During
gonna
the
say.
facial,
I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
B.
B is absolutely correct. A teaspoon of cleanser applied directly to the face with gloved hands. You're absolutely correct. 26, Amber. The steamer should be blank from the client. This is another one we saw the other day. Is it 4 to 6 inches, 6 to 8 inches, 10 to 12 inches, or about 18 inches away? 26.
It's D. About
That
18
is
inches away.
You're absolutely right. Many people do elbow lengths and you just walk the length of that elbow, should be at least 18 inches away. 27, let's look at 27. That's going to be Dallas. After extractions are performed, the next step is steaming, massage, applying a mask, or applying toner.
C.
27 is
Haley, don't eat in your room. Oh, sorry.
we saw this one last week, y'all.
It's C.
After extractions, and it confused us a little, but we are going with massage, okay?
Okay.
To massage it, minimize the feel of the extract, the muscle being contracted. So it softens the muscle back up. So
I may have been sleep on this one.
27 is B. 28. Who we got? Sunny. During a facial, a mask should be left on for 2 to 3 minutes, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, or 7 to 10.
5 to 7. No.
No.
Was it 3 to 5?
During a facial.
A
Remember, your
mask should be
mask
left
stays
on.
on there a little longer than pretty much
Oh, like the jelly mask?
the jelly mask or the
Okay,
clay
so
mask.
yeah, that will be D.
Yes. So 28, it's D.
I thought you
7.
was meaning like a charcoal or
Nah,
something
no
like that.
particular one, just a mask.
Okay. May I ask a
28.
question for 27? Why wouldn't it be toner?
Toner is a universal product that's typically used after every product. And so we wouldn't consider it actual step.
Okay.
Toner is and even some facialists don't even use toner. They only use it at the end just so they can get past all of the steps. That's taking shortcuts, but it works for some people. But toner is an automatic to balance pH. It's not considered like one of those key steps. So we're always going to use toner. But as far as steps of the facial, it would, to me, it is not considered, and neither does our book consider it as a final, as a one of those keys.
So with the toner, you can use it after any step.
Yes, because the purpose of the toner, you might know the purpose of the toner.
The balance the skin, like the
Yeah, because I normally use it after every cleanse and extraction, and then after I've like say for instance after our microdermabrasion. But I guess I'd be thinking about just being in the salon and not textbook.
Yeah, go
And
back
that's
to
where I
this
fight
test is
from.
gonna be textbook. Yeah.
Yes.
And so the toner
That's
is
the
used to
tricky
balance.
part.
Yeah. Okay. So every product that you put on the skin takes the skin out of its normal pH. The toner is used to bring the skin back to its normal pH.
You know the toner, the glycolic toner by the Ordinary brand. So
Yes.
what I usually do is, even after I'm done with my mask, I will actually put the toner like in a little bowl, and I will actually use a brush to put it on the skin and let it sit from 7 to 10 minutes. Oh, it looks so good. Yep, I actually use it like a facial. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to try that, but what I want you guys to know, that's a good tip. We're gonna hold on to that one.
Yeah,
but
after we graduate.
manufacturers will have their way of doing it, and
Right.
then you will have your standard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
the standard is the toner is going to balance the pH. You would say, why would the skin need a toner after every product? Because the skin is 4.5 to 5.5. Every product
Mm-hmm.
it takes it out of a normal.
Mm-hmm.
In order for the skin to say, keep working, I will allow you to keep working with me, you have to bring it back. And
Mm-hmm.
then take it back out again, then bring it back, then take it back out again, then bring it back. As you know about that person's skin, you'll know what that person can take. You will know, okay, now I move over to this product line, and now you should be following protocols for that product line. Every product line is going to have their own stuff, okay, and they will customize their own facials, even though the companies are all producing almost the same stuff. In order for you to buy it and for them to see a difference, they have to show something different. But as long as you guys know from the beginning, the no matter what toner I'm using, it's to balance the pH of this that allows me to keep touching the skin without me having issues. Now, what do some people consider toner that does not say toner on the bottle?
Which
Y'all,
has
Mist.
hazel and alcohol.
rose water.
Yeah, rich hazel, alcohol, rose water, aloe vera water. Guess what? A lot of your toner basis is aloe vera water. So even if you had aloe and your skin was inflamed and you had aloe, you said what you have in your bottle is not working. Take a piece of that plant and I'm gonna rub it across the face. Guess what happens? It's gonna start to calm the skin down.
Mm-hmm.
But witch hazel has a huge drying component too. And so it's considered a toner. It can, in some cases, it's considered a cleanser. Micellar water is considered a cleanser, a makeup remover. And guys, in some cases, cleaning of your surfaces, infection control, that chapter is alcohol. Same thing, you can use it to wash your hands, to clean your hands like hand sanitizer, and people put it on their face to also tone. You may like, who puts alcohol on their face? If someone is super, super oily, they may use alcohol.
I used to use alcohol when I was a teenager.
Yes, it's like
Hmm.
an old school thing. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, what it's going to do. But look at some of the repercussions of the skin. So as you become a professional, okay, I can use something else that does the same thing, but does not give me a huge drying, does not crack my skin, does not do this and does not do that. So we've come a long way, long as you understand what the purpose and the benefit of that product. So standard wise, toner is generally used. It won't be considered like a step like massage, exfoliating, mask, cleanser. It won't be considered a step like that. And you may go over into skin scripts, ordinary, biograde, whatever you go into, they may have it as a step. But remember, they got to have a different way of doing something for you to purchase it. It's
I, I
all
have
the
I
same
have a
thing.
question,
Yes.
Miss Destiny. Look, we just the question we just got off of where we were discussing the extractions, and I think it was extractions, and then we say the next step after that is massage.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure it wasn't exfoliating. I got confused with whether it was exfoliating or extractions. So the massage is after extractions.
Here's, yeah, from our book and 27, it says B. Let me just go into the answer key to confirm for everyone. Yes, B. You can find it under 8.8.12, performing facial treatment procedure. And then let's go back up, just discuss it a little bit. We know we have initial cleansing. Go back up, go back up, go back up. All right. So we know, and here's what I have to tell you too. Every facial is not going to include extractions. Okay. Think about if you were using the extractions, whether you're using a metal comedone, you're using your fingers with the glove on it, or you're using a cotton tip. Think about if you were that person and you were getting your skin pushed on, back and forth. Um, what's commonly used as a step behind extractions, book wise, they will say it makes sense for massage because it will calm the skin down. Okay. If you look at the general facial treatment in chapter 8, most of the time we do cleansing, just like a general cleansing, removing makeup, and then we analyze and opt for an additional second cleanser if need be. From cleanser, we can do exfoliation. Okay. From exfoliation, you may move into extraction. So a lot of times you get the surface dirt off first, then go in and get whatever's impacted into the skin off. From there, we know we may be using toner to tone and relax the skin. From there, they're saying go into massage. And then you can also notice in some cases, whether you're using Cosmo book or aesthetic books, it may say massage, then mask, and sometimes it says option of mask, then massage. For our textbook purposes with this book, it is going to ask you to massage before the mask, and the massage comes after the extractions. Okay. When we talk about exfoliation, tell me, what does exfoliation and extractions have in common?
Repeat the
They,
question.
go ahead.
What does exfoliations and extractions have in common?
Exfoliation is skin surface, and extraction is like getting stuff from under the skin.
Okay.
And they both
Very close.
consider removing dirt.
Okay. Now put both of those together. Exfoliation is the
And
removal
dead
of dead
skin
skin
cells.
cells on the surface. Dead skin cells on the surface. Okay. Removal of dead skin cells on the surface. Then extractions is removal of the dead skin cells that's impacted inside the pore. All right. And so we're going to clean the surface, and then we're going to pull up whatever's in the pore. So exfoliation, then extractions. Also, remember, there are different types of exfoliation, which will cause you to use different types of toners as well. Okay. I would not come in with an alcohol behind a chemical peel, because a chemical peel is considered an exfoliator. And so we just have to be very mindful of what type of exfoliators we're using and what we're doing after that. And so as far as where do extractions live, they're going to live between exfoliation and massage. Okay. From there, you're going to have your mask. From there, you're going to move into your Trinity, which is going to be your serums, your moisturizers, and your sunscreen. Okay. Can anybody tell me what the toner, why the toner is not considered a general step? Anybody?
Because it's used after pretty much every step.
Yeah, pretty much we use behind every step because the toner does what?
Brings the
Neutralize.
skin back to the normal pH level.
Exactly. And every step uses a different product to take the skin out of that pH level, right?
Right.
And in order for the skin to continue behave for us,
It
we need
has
to
to
be
go
able
back to its original pH numbers.
exactly. So in standard facials, it's just a common usage that we're going to use toners automatically throughout. You may even get to a product company where they may have it as a step, or they may not use toner at all. Some people, some companies may call them lotions. Okay, depending on what part of the country you're on. So I love this type of review because we're able to actually go in and understand what we're reading. But let me also tell you, May 18th and 19th, I want y'all to go with me to Dallas so you can get a greater understanding as well. And I just absolutely love it. And it is product manufacturer focused. And so all of the companies that you've been using, you'll be able to really pick their brains and sit and see how they say do it if you're going to use their products. So it's just a really cool thing. Um, who had that one? Was that Sunny?
Give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you are new.
Was that Sunny
Which
on? We
which
were
one? The last question? Yes,
Who
ma'am.
did 28?
I did.
Okay. Sunny did 7 to 10 minutes. That was D. 29 was Jemiah. What rule should always be followed when applying a cotton compress? Now, we hadn't talked about cotton compresses. This is going to be cool. 29. Okay. What rule should always be followed when applying a cotton compress? Tear holes for the eyes, tear holes for the ears, tear holes for the nostrils, or wrap the forehead first. Okay. 29 is
A.
to be.
Antioxidant.
They
Would it
need
be
to
A?
see or they need to breathe.
They need to breathe. But listen, though, you know how I was thinking A because cotton, the mask, the things sometimes can be super thin to where they still able to breathe. But
Yeah.
okay,
Just
Who's that
think,
behind
you
you?
just got
so
cotton and
see,
you wet it. You just got cotton and you wet it. And a cotton compress is pretty much you taking that sheet cotton, wetting it, and putting it over the face.
we'll
Okay?
see then. I'm sorry.
You're putting it over the face. And so most of the time, they eyes closed anyway because they're getting a facial, but you do want them to breathe. So you make a little spot for their nose, okay? So 29 is C, okay? Cotton compresses, y'all, are really good for dry skin because you can saturate that cotton spray it with serum, you can spray it with toners, you can spray it with oils, you can spray it to calm a person's down who's really fidgety and had a bad day. Can you imagine spraying lavender and smell like flowers and stuff like that? And so that cotton compress can even be heated and then put over the face. A lot of times the cotton compresses replace towels because we ain't always have towels. We ain't always been able to afford towels, okay, as estheticians or cosmetologists. And there was a law back in the day that just changed less than 10 years ago. It's one of my old ones. Barbers, as long as they wash the towel and they saturate it again with hot water, they could use the same towel. Disgusting. So now you have to have a new towel per client, but they will have to recycle those towels, y'all. It's crazy. And so that's 29. I'm gonna move to 30 to 33, and we may finish. Yeah, we'll finish this particular page. I did drop this in the group. Yeah, it is in the group for us to follow. So number 30, where are extractions first performed on the face? It is the chin. A. I don't think we've discussed that. So it's A, the chin. What's the typical area that most people go to first? Y'all gonna say nose or
Nose, the
forehead, right?
forehead.
Yeah. So the chin is going to be A. We hadn't discussed that, so put that down as a note when we see it again. 31. The service of extractions ends with the chin, forehead and upper cheekbones, nose, and cheeks. So if we start at the chin at the bottom, where do we end, y'all? If we're working from the bottom of the face up, so
Forehead.
there we go, forehead and upper cheekbone. So 30 is A. We start from the bottom. And 31 is B. We're going to end at the forehead and upper cheekbones. Okay. That's pretty cool. 33, well, 32. What is the proper technique for using lancets for extraction? 32, the proper techniques for using lancets for extractions. And so we know what extractions are, but y'all, you probably have not seen people use lancets, not supposed to in Tennessee for extractions. In Tennessee, you can only use lancets for dead skin. Okay? That's mean if that pimple has to be sitting off on the side of somebody's face, dry and dead. Okay? No nerve or nothing in it. You take the lancet and slice it right. Cut it right off. What is the proper technique for using lancets for extraction? So let's see what our book says. Always reuse the same lancet. Pierce the skin vertically. Hold the lancet at an angle perpendicular to the skin, or hold the lancet at an angle to the skin that is 35 degrees of left. 32 is going to be D. Hold the lancet at an angle to the skin that is 35 degrees of less. Y'all, a lancet is like a mini blade. Some of your Commodore tools may have a sharp lancet, like a knife, on the end of it. Okay? And it can be used in certain states, and certain states you can't. So Tennessee is like one of those, okay? So we're not using that. That's outside of our scope of practice. And if we do use it, it can only be on dead skin. Okay, so we're not going into a pore and pulling anything out. The lancet, when you see these extractor videos, extraction videos where they may stick, looks like a needle that's sticking in a pore. Okay. That's in the lancet family. Okay, that's in the lancet family where you see somebody just got a needle just sticking in and then stuff come out. That's kind of what this question is about, but we're not able to use lancet in live skin. Going into the pore, that's where the hair root is. It's other things that could be damaged. Somebody could go too deep. And so, no, our board does not allow us to do that. Okay, so 32, for the sake of knowing, is D. 33, on the average human body, there are roughly blank pilosebaceous units capable of producing hair. Is it 1,000, 1 million, 3 million, or 5 million? Okay. 33, it is D. On the average human body, there are roughly 5 million pilosebaceous units capable of producing hair. This is a question from hair removal, y'all. So that tells you that a lot of places on the body where hair can grow. Okay. We need to learn all of those places because all of those places could be on the menu and fall under the scope of practice for you when you're doing hair removal. Okay. Let's look at 34, 35, and 36. 34, what is the name for the mass of epidermal cells that forms a small tube or canal? Is it hair follicle, pilosebaceous unit, follicle, canal, or hair shaft? That's 34. 35, the part of the body that contains the hair follicle and its appendages is called the hair papilla, pilosebaceous unit, follicle canal, or hair shaft. Same answers, okay? The part of the body that contains the hair follicle. So the hair follicle is here, and its appendages is called what? Okay. And 36, which part of the pilosebaceous unit produces the hair matrix? Okay. And so let's look at 34, 35, and 36. Let's go into those answers and see what chapters they're going to be on. 34, 35, and 36 is the intro to hair removal. And so you're looking at chapter 11, section 2. Our homework tonight, I want you to start reviewing chapter 11, okay? From section 2 on down, all right? So the next set of questions are going to be about hair removal, and I just believe they're going to be about hair removal. Yep. All the way to 64 is going to be about hair removal. And the answers to 34, 35, and 36, you can find it under chapter 11, section 2. I'm going back up and fill in the blank. 34, what is the name for the mass of epidermal cells that forms a small tube or canal? And it is a hair follicle. Remember, all of these are very close, so one probably answers the other one. So the name of the mass of epidermal cells. This is why we can't use the lancet, because the epidermal cells are alive, y'all. Okay, it's the hair follicles where the hair grows from. Also, you have sebaceous glands and sweat glands connected to this hair follicle. So 34 is A. 35, the part of the body that contains the hair follicle and its appendages is called B, pilosebaceous unit. Okay. We just had that with 33. It says how many pilosebaceous units on the body? 5 million. And then we come down to 35, the part of the body that contains the hair follicles and its appendages is called the B, pilosebaceous unit. 36, which part of the pilosebaceous unit produces the hair matrix? And A is going to be the follicle canal. All right. The follicle canal is the beginning of the pore that you see that houses the hair root and all that other good stuff. All right. So chapter 11 is coming along from number 33 to 64. I need everybody to start for your assignment. Just start reading chapter 11, hair removal. And a lot of you guys came in on hair removal, so this is almost like a full circle moment for you. So let's go back and look at hair removal starting at 11:2, where you'll get to see a refresher of 33, 34, 35, and 36. We'll pick back up Wednesday at 37 to 64. And then we'll be over halfway through. We'll be over halfway through of our State Board Prep 3. How many of you guys came on after the announcements? After the announcements. You came on after the announcements.
I kind of did, Miss Destiny. I was midway in while you were announcing some things. So I think I kind of missed a little bit.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back in. Okay, so hold on one moment. I need to do that update I was telling you guys about. For those that missed our announcements, where you at? For those that came in on the tail end or missed our announcements, a return to in-person April 21st, 2025, pending our inspection. Whenever you're out, you got to make sure we're always doing things decently in order. So making sure the building is prepared for you guys. Also, so slow. The day schedule. I will put this in a group for you guys to review. Okay. Also, day schedule with our instructors, night schedule for aesthetics, and your hybrid online is still in place, but you're in the building 3 days, you're virtual 2 days. Cosmetology, your hybrid online is still in place. You're in the building and also virtual. Upon returning, we'll have kit release and uniform check, which means if you came in and didn't receive a uniform, you get your uniform. We'll also have, we'll talk about graduation pending ceremony. So that will be in the announcements probably on Wednesday. And then there's state board theory test out. I'm actually going to walk through a full state board. So you'll come in one evening and present your ID. We'll check you off. They're signing you in just like you would at state board, and then you'll go and perform your state board theory. Okay. We'll grade it, everything, and it's going to be on the state boards that we have reviewed. So 1, 2, and 3, we're just gonna mix the questions up and then give you your state board exam. And all of this prepping you for the real test. We'll do the same thing for practical. You'll come in with your kit. We'll sign you in. We'll look over your kit, and then we'll give you an area. And then we'll say, let's get ready to go through our practical state board. I think that's going to be good for everybody. It's a soft run through. And then also there's no school on Good Friday. Okay, but we hope to return virtual sessions either. Okay, we hope to return on the day after Easter. And so we'll be prepping you guys to go to the state board. Okay. And so all is well, and whatever practicals we didn't get to do with those in-person days are going to be knocking that list off. All right. And then we have, of course, we have reports to do. I think I got 3 more people before we turn our hours in, but please rest assured the state is probably going to get their report by tomorrow, which is the 8th. And I think that's going to be amazing. It'll come to you guys. So trying to do everything by the 10th. And that's what we have. So we'll pick up in number 37 to 64. The State Board Prep 3 for aesthetics is already in the group. Also, this has been recorded. Okay. It has been.
So, Miss Desna, are we still on for graduation? The graduation is still the same?
Yes.
And we'll be done in May?
With you guys, multiple of you have different graduation dates, but everybody here is going to be either completed by April of May if you hadn't already been completed.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're looking at July 19th as a graduation date.
Okay.